News4 Rundown is sponsored by FH Fur.
Meeting kids where they are, the local program's making a difference in D.C.'s battle with youth violence.
Plus, inside the McLean mega mansion with 19 bathrooms, 7 kitchens, and oh, wait until you see the TV by the pool, Jim. Erica Gonzalez is touring us on one of the priciest pieces of real estate in town.
Would you look at that? And Jose Andres Jaleo is turning 30 years old, so we're celebrating 3 decades of delicious eats in Penn Quarter. How he, the chef's first restaurant in the district, has managed to stand the test of time.
You're watching the News 4 Rundown.
All right, we're guaranteed to make you hungry tonight on this show, folks. Thanks for joining us for the News 4 Rundown, our newscast streaming for you. I'm Jim Adler.
And I'm Tommy McFly. It is Friday. Happy Friday, June 23rd. Let's get started, though, with some of the top stories that we're following for you. More than a decade after a mom of 2, Unique Harris, went missing, a D.C. jury found a man guilty of her murder. Isaac Moy was convicted of killing Unique Harris back in 2010. Her body, though, was never found. Prosecutors argued key evidence was discovered in her apartment. Moy was arrested in December of 2020. Today's guilty verdict: second-degree murder.
A D.C. rapper who admitted to firing a gun inside Tyson's Corner Mall has now been sentenced to 3 years behind bars. 23-year-old Noah Settles, also known as No Savage, pleaded guilty to 4 counts against him. The incident caused chaos and panic for shoppers during the busy Father's Day weekend last year. Settles says he was defending himself against a gang member who had a gun.
A naval officer previously assigned as a psychologist at the USS Gerald Ford in Norfolk is facing charges of child exploitation. Lieutenant Commander Michael Woodruff is accused of using Snapchat to try to coerce a minor to participate in sexual activity. He also allegedly attempted to produce child pornography. If convicted, Woodruff faces a minimum of 15 years in prison.
Police are investigating a double shooting in Dumfries. Officers found 2 men with gunshot wounds at a home on Fort Monroe Court here. This is just off of Route 1, not far from the Dumfries Plaza Shopping Center. One of the men died. The other is in the hospital now, and his condition isn't known. Police tell us the suspect took off, and they're still looking for him.
11 juveniles have been shot and killed in D.C. so far this year.
With youth crime on the rise, D.C. Parks and Rec wants to make sure that kids are getting involved in programs that help keep them safe and occupied throughout the summer.
And that includes late-night events every Friday. News 4's Darcy Spencer has our story.
Nasheed Smith, known in the ring as Sugar Sheed, has been involved in D.C. Parks and Rec programs since he was a young kid.
Not only am I benefiting inside the ring and it's keeping my time occupied, but outside of the ring as well, because I'm learning from a lot of good men and also brothers that are around my age as well.
He's 22 years old now, still part of Headbangers Boxing. He believes programs like this teach young people discipline and how to stay on the right path.
I have friends that has been involved in gun violence, either in jail or passed away sadly. So programs like these, they occupy your time. They teach you how to conduct yourself outside of the ring.
There has been a disturbing increase in youth gun violence this year. 3 teens ages 14, 15, and 17 were shot and killed just last weekend. The Parks Department is offering many programs at different times and places to give kids a safe and positive way to spend their time. Staff members are mentors too.
So they meet the kids where they are, and they try to get them involved in programs. Just a few weeks ago, we took 60 teenagers to Camp Riverview overnight for a weekend. We've taken kids to Broadway over the summer. We have a lot of field trips going on.
Pools will open full-time Monday, so will camps for kids. There are learn-to-swim classes, boxing, late-night hype events every Friday from 6 to 11 p.m. at rec centers and pools.
Again, we know that everybody's home isn't perfect, and we try to meet them where they are with providing those recreation amenities.
Smith had a successful amateur career. He's headed to the pros with big matches and big plans for his life ahead, and great coaches that taught him about boxing and being successful inside and outside the ring. In the district, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
Now to a fiery rescue caught on camera in Fairfax County. Look at this. Officers jumping into action to save a driver stuck inside that burning car. Police say the person hit a pole, a telephone pole, and a tree before the car went up into flames. It happened around 2:30 last Thursday morning on Annandale Road and Gallows Road. Fairfax County police officers safely removed a 27-year-old driver from the car, and that driver was charged with DUI. Those flames, look at that.
Pretty intense. Well, it's one of the priciest pieces of real estate to hit the market, and News 4's Erica Gonzalez got an exclusive tour inside.
Chateau de Soleil. It's known as Mansion of the Sun. It's a premier project by a developer who's made a family affair with wife and son all getting involved to create this multi-million-dollar price tag enlisted by TTR Sotheby's.
This is something. Inside, out, above, all around. Erica takes us inside the McLean mansion, nestled in Langley Farms.
Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Welcome to Chateau de Soleil.
So nice
Hi,
to meet you.
Erica.
Mandy.
How are you?
This is John.
John, so very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to
Thank
see
you all for
you.
having me.
Come on in.
Of course.
Let me
This is
show you
already
around.
very impressive. Tell me about the space here and the beautiful architecture that is in this dome.
I was inspired by Union Station, grandeur, the color combination, it just got to me.
And the name of the house also ties in with the influence.
Yeah, it's called Chateau de Soleil. It's about 22,000 square feet house on 4 levels with 10 bedrooms, 7 kitchen and kitchenette.
Inspiration behind this hood is one of the structures in Ukraine before the war started.
Oh, wow.
So
Beautiful.
this is a 1,400 square feet of grand ballroom.
1,400 square feet is maybe sometimes larger than somebody's first home. And now we're into the primary wing. Your background is really interesting, Mandy. It's actually started as a jewelry designer.
Yes.
And I think when you walk this house, you may just note something special. And when you said that to me, I said, that makes so much sense. How many mosaics are in this house?
We have about, I would say, 10.
And they're
10
all
or so.
different. They're all
They're all
very
different.
intricate.
This closet is 1,100 square feet. And it's a 2-story closet.
This is like out of Sex and the City. It gives those vibes.
The beauty of this owner suite is when you get up in the morning, you look outside, you don't have to go to vacation anymore.
So the house actually has 4 floors. Down below is an additional 5,000 square feet of living space with an entertainment room, a spa. You have your own hair salon, another grand ballroom, and there's even, for the ultra secretive buyer that wants to know they are private, exclusive, and safe at all times, a panic room.
Let me take you to outside living. This waterfall, and we have that beautiful television. This is a 200-inch television which is weatherproof. We are the first one bringing this television to East Coast.
So when we were in Caribbean 2 years ago, I took a bag of sand from the beach and I brought it here, and I had the color of the pool match to the color of that sand.
You have had the privilege of spotlighting and sharing and featuring a lot of unique homes in this area. This one is under your name and Sotheby's. Tell me why this is so special.
Well, we call it Chateau du Soleil, Mansion of the Sun, and it fits its name in every respect. Not only does it sit on this hillside, so almost every room is flooded with sunshine, it has perspectives overlooking this spectacular, almost 4-acre site in the heart of Langley Farms, the most coveted address here in McLean.
And what is the draw to this area?
Well, it was the home of Robert F. Kennedy, Hickory Hill. Robert F. Kennedy's former residence is just around the corner. And of course, today it's home to a number of our region's leading CEOs and philanthropists.
Price point?
$25 million.
Just wow, a feast for the eyes every way you look at it. There's so much more of this home that we weren't able to show you, so you can find the full tour right here in our NBC Washington app.
She didn't tell us what metro station it's by, though.
I know, right?
What if you want to take the train after you buy the house? Metro is adding improved train and bus service and a number of lines. Before now, it hasn't been as great. And starting on Monday, Orange Line trains will operate every 10 minutes from opening until 9:30 at night, and every 15 minutes after 9:30 all week long. Blue and Silver Line trains will operate every 12 minutes from opening until 9:30 p.m. and every 15 after that. We're told this is the most trains in service in Metro's 47-year history. And Metro Bus says service is exceeding pre-pandemic levels by 4% starting this Sunday.
According to our team insider, J.P. Finley, a potential vote on the sale of the Commanders could take place on July 20th. That vote would occur at a special owners meeting. Commanders owner Dan Snyder has agreed to sell the team to the group led by Josh Harris. The agreement is subject to NFL approval by a vote of at least 24 of the league's 32 owners. A Washington restaurant that launched Jose Andres into a global chef and humanitarian is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
And Jaleo, Andres made tapas popular. He carved the very first legal jamon in America. Everyone was doing illegal jamon until that moment.
Right.
Authentic paella, and along the way, he cemented a legacy of a visionary and a change maker who constantly works to pay it forward.
Boy, does he. Next Tuesday, he's throwing a tapas crawl through 4 of his restaurants in Penn Quarter so people can celebrate the Jose Andres way. News4's An Yang sat down with him for this story.
Jaleo in downtown D.C. is where chef and humanitarian Jose Andres began to build his life in the U.S. 30 years ago.
For me, obviously, Jaleo and 7th and E was a place that became home. I was looking for a place to belong. Washington became that place. As a 23-year-old young chef, that technically I was ill-prepared to even be a chef, but I was always very well supported by amazing people.
Jaleo became a restaurant for generations of families, local diners, and visitors.
So many people I found through the years that they told me that they had the first croqueta, like a celebration in Jaleo when they were 1 or 2 or 3 years old. And now it's people that they are 30 and married and with children, and they are taking the children to eat croquetas. It's fascinating. So those stories are what obviously makes the DNA of a city.
That capital city DNA energized Andres. He loved being surrounded by culture, history, and diversity.
And at the end, what people like me, we do is obviously be bridges. And I've been a bridge all my life, telling America about Spain, and then telling Spain and the rest of the world about America. I think that's what people like us, we do. When they ask me, where are you from? I'm like, I belong to many places. I know where I came from, and I'm very proud of it, but also I know where I belong.
Andres won't take credit for introducing tapas to Americans, but the chef has greatly influenced the way Americans eat.
I would say that Jaleo was a restaurant more than anyone that bet on small dishes, on the sharing. And I always began telling everybody, listen, tapas is a way of life. If you want to share, put it in the middle. If you don't want to share, bring it 20 inches towards you and put the fork and knife, and that's it. You can enjoy Spanish food in the same way.
For all the opportunities offered to him throughout his career, Andres has always wanted to give back. His experience volunteering at DC Central Kitchen inspired his future philanthropic work.
At the end, what I saw, thanks to Jaleo, when we will bring many of the students that will be graduating out of DC Central Kitchen and show them what the restaurant looks like, so one day they will be hired by the restaurants if they wanted to apply, was the sense that a restaurant is a very powerful entity that can create better communities, that can create a sense of the DNA, where the melting pot nowhere is more real than America. And I think that's something that needs to be celebrated, because the richness of cultures is richness of people.
Andres's World Central Kitchen has provided more than 300 million meals worldwide, and globally he owns and operates more than 35 restaurants. Still, his work is far from over.
That has given me the opportunity not only now, let's do what I know with the culture I grew up and where I was born, but let's also share with others what I've been learning from other cultures that I got to know closely over the years, and it's giving me the opportunity to keep telling other stories. So that's what I guess is what will happen in the next 30 years.
Wow. Jose Andres, that guy.
What a mark he has made.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
Here and around the world. And summer is here. Speaking of, what a better way to celebrate the season than with ice cream. A popular spot from Baltimore has made their way down 95 to Chevy Chase, Maryland. It's called the Charmery, and the shop rolls out new flavors all the time, some familiar to Marylanders. Jim, I snagged us a pint of...
Yeah, it's Old Bay caramel.
Sure is.
With the trademark on it.
Yeah, I figured we'd give this a whirl.
All right.
And so it's like a salty. You go first. It's like a savory sweet situation. I would think. I would think it's pretty good.
It's quite good. It's more caramel.
Very caramel.
I just taste a hint of Old Bay.
It's a little
like
dash
a salted
of Old Bay.
caramel.
It's not like the crab that comes crusted in Old Bay.
No, I'm not thinking seafood.
This is nice.
This is really good. I'm impressed.
Has a little heat kick to it too. Look at this.
I love it.
What a good summer celebration.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, I told you I wasn't that huge of a fan of Old Bay.
There you go.
Except on crabs. All right. Very good. All right.
Trust me when it comes to food. I won't steer you wrong.
I know you won't. I do trust you.
It's kind of strange, but it's the caramel, it's the Old Bay, it's all the good stuff. And still ahead on the News 4 Rundown, saving money and the planet. We're working for you and showing you an app that can help you cut down your food bills while you reduce your carbon footprint.
And a food staple available in D.C. could soon be branching out. We're talking about Ben's Chili Bowls expansion plans next.
FH Fur's Super Summer Comfort event is finally here, and our warehouse is well stocked with equipment for all your home's plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency heating and cooling system and take an additional $2,000 off. That's the coolest of 2 Gs off your new system now during FH Fur's Super Summer Comfort event. Join forces with FH Fur to conquer the heat, keep your home comfortable, and put an extra $2,000 in your pocket.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Hey there, Tommy McFly here. We're always looking for ways to help you get your news on your time. Have you signed up for the new Forefront newsletter yet? Oh, you got to do it right now. Each read is a deep dive into one of the stories that will save you money, keep you safe, help you and your family. Trust me. Each of these stories from a News 4 reporter is going to be the thing that you're talking about with your friends on the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, my favorite newsletter, The Weekend Scene, obviously. The Scene team and I curate the best things to do around town, restaurants, festivals, events, those funky, cool, only in DC things delivered to your inbox once a week. Signing up, it's free and easy. NBCWashington.com/newsletters, or you can scan the QR code. Enter your email address, check the newsletters you want to receive, and boop, you've got mail. One more way, NBC4 is working for you.
I'm Tracy Wilkins with the News 4 I-Team.
Hey, I'm Ted Oberg from the News 4 I-Team.
I'm Susan Hogan with the News 4 I-Team.
Working for you means thinking like our viewers think.
Telling you that something's wrong isn't enough for the I-Team. Telling you how to fix it or how to get around those problems.
We're a part of you. We are connected to you.
Working for you means to me that I am able to be there for folks who have tried so hard to solve their own problems, and so often they can't on their own.
We are the folks who have a platform that can tell your story in a way that you sometimes can't.
When you're done spending some time with the I-Team, we've not only helped you understand what's going on in this town, but we've also helped you find solutions, find a way around the problems.
I'm one of those investigative reporters who feels like an advocate for the people I have the opportunity to serve.
That's what working for you is.
Hey, if inflation has you holding back on dining out, a new app could help slice the bill into a fraction of the cost and reduce your carbon footprint.
Consumer reporter Susan Hogan is working for you with ways to save on everything from food to household products while you're helping the planet.
Ever wonder what happens to all that food that goes unsold at restaurants or grocery stores at the end of the day? Businesses aren't the only culprits. We do it in our own homes, too. According to the American Dairy Association, the average family wastes nearly 1/3 of the food they buy, or 250 pounds of food each year. To help cut down on food waste, there's an app for that. It's called Too Good to Go. It allows you to buy unsold food at local restaurants, grocery and convenience stores, and even food trucks. To show you how it works, we downloaded the app. There's a list of participating businesses with a wide variety of foods available. The app shows the number of bags remaining at each place. But what's in that bag? Well, that's a surprise. What's not a surprise? Whatever it is, it's at least 1/3 the original cost. Okay, so do you want to see what we got? From the warehouse, they gave us a full package of empanadas. They're frozen, so we can put them right into the freezer if we want. That's $5.99. From the food truck, they didn't have any food left over, but they gave us this container of hibiscus tea. This was $3.99. And at the restaurant, we have a full meal with 2 sides, including chicken and rice, and this was $4.99. District Taco, one of the participating restaurants on the app, says since they signed up in April of 2022, they've bagged up more than 16,000 meals, which otherwise would have gone to waste.
We want to be environmentally conscious and we want to help. And you guys being able to get on the platform and getting the bags, they're $3.99, but nothing in our bags are valued, under $11. So you're getting some good stuff in there.
Just down the road in Tacoma Park, Maryland, there's another local business working on producing zero waste.
We make ours with olive oil, and we make it here, so it cuts on the carbon footprint.
Fulfillery allows customers to buy household goods and personal care products with reusable or biodegradable packaging. Their mission? Shift our thinking from a throwaway society to one where nothing is wasted.
We sell soaps, detergents, and personal care products, and people can bring in their own container to weigh and fill off our refill station.
What's the cost difference? Am I saving more by doing?
Oh, absolutely. Our laundry powder is exponentially cheaper.
Customers who come here say it feels really good knowing they're playing an important role in a cleaner, more sustainable environment.
This was a whole new concept for me. Really fantastic to be able to come shop with reusable containers and able to use products that are great for the environment as well.
Well, let's face it, a truly zero waste lifestyle is almost impossible to maintain. But if you do make some small steps along the way, it builds up a good habit because every little bit counts. I'm Susan Hogan, News 4.
Honda is recalling 1.2 million vehicles in the U.S. due to potential issues with the rear view camera. Honda says because of a faulty cable, the rear view camera image may not appear on the dashboard screen in certain models. The vehicles on the recall list are 2018, 2023 Odyssey and 2019-22 Pilot and 19 and 23 Pilot 2. Those Passport vehicles as well. Impacted vehicles owners are expected to receive a letter next month with recall and repair information.
Some organized Starbucks locations across 22 states and in the district are slated to strike. The union, Starbucks Workers United, said that the strike will take place over the next week over claims that the company was not allowing Pride decor this month in the stores. Here's what it looks like in our area, about a half a dozen unionized locations that could be going on strike. The strike began today in Seattle. It's expected to continue through the next week. There are more than 150 unionized Starbucks stores across the U.S. And Ben's Chili Bowl, which is celebrating 65 years in August on U Street, famous for their half smokes, is one of D.C.'s most iconic foods.
Oh, yeah.
And so good. I had it for lunch this week. And soon they could be available outside of D.C.
Did you bring any smokes with you?
I did not.
With that ice cream?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I ate it all there.
I was thinking savory. I got it. All right. According to our news partners at WTOP, Ben's Chili Bowl is planning to launch franchising and expand stores in 2024. The daughter-in-law of Virginia Ali, who opened the first Ben's Chili Bowl with Ben Ali in D.C. back in 1958, tells WTOP they plan on making an official announcement at the end of this year. Ali didn't say which states they're expanding to, but did say They're going beyond the DMV to other states. Pretty exciting.
The states should have to compete. If they get one, they should have to ask for it.
I think so. Pay some big bucks. They deserve it.
So here's what's still ahead in the News 4 Rundown. Art All Night. McLean is working for the community to show us how the event supports the creative people in our community and the local economy.
Hi there, McLean here. Every morning on News 4 Today, I'm working to share your good news stories that empower.
This is Random Acts of Kindness Day, doing something good for perfect strangers. That's what it's all about.
Stories that strengthen. This is so very special, and they have something wonderful planned to honor healthcare heroes in the community. Stories that lift all of us up.
We believe that everyone deserves to eat. Anytime someone purchases a pizza, we're donating one away.
Spotlighting our neighbors who are working to help each other and make our community even better.
Tonight's big college fair.
An opportunity for students to apply to more than 12 colleges and universities free of charge.
And I want to share your stories too. Tell me what's happening in the community by emailing this address. We would love to hear from you, and watch us every morning from 4 to 7 on News 4 Today. We're working for you.
Knowing that we have an impact when we tell our stories it's huge. One story in particular that we did was about front overs, the blind zones in front of your big SUVs, right? I'm a mom. I drive a big SUV, and I had no idea that there's a blind zone in front of my vehicle. Not just a couple of feet. We're talking upwards of 16 feet. And this story that we did when we actually lined up little kids with a mom behind the wheel.
Do you see anything right now?
Nope, I don't see anything.
The blind zone, a startling 16 feet.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
We had Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut actually watch our story and was blown away and decided he was going to write legislation. And for me, knowing that we had a hand in legislation that maybe could save lives, gosh, you know, I'm speechless.
Welcome back. D.C. is a theater town. It's a place for foodies and rich in art, too. Washington is making preps for Art All Night. And News 4's McLean is here working for the community to tell us what you can expect this year. McLean?
We're talking about creating a vibe for the whole city, right? Art All Night is just that. It's an easy way to support creatives and the local economy.
It is, a series of street festivals that happen everywhere, all 8 wards. And we talk about it as the collision of culture, community, and commerce. We partner with local artists of every type, spoken word, music, painting, dance. And then we bring, we showcase their talent in our commercial corridors. And so the businesses are open, the community is open, and people really are meeting in their neighborhoods to celebrate the richness of the culture of DC. We have expanded over the past 2 years to almost 30 locations across the city. So we'll be in 26 bids, 26 main streets this year, 7 libraries, including a big party at the MLK Library in downtown DC. Congress Heights usually closes out the night with a mass of people and vending and food with a midnight brunch. So it's a party. It's a party in DC, of DC, by DC, for DC. The nice thing about this is that it's not the same party in 30 locations. It's 30 neighborhoods really showing their flavor to the larger community and the world. So, like you come home, you have dinner, and then you just go and, shop and browse and be with family and community. I think one of the things that's important about this, particularly post-COVID, is to remind people how we reconnect in our commercial corridors, how important that is to come out and support, but also to reconnect with your other neighbors.
So yeah, Art All Night is set for 2 days, September 29th and 30th. Right now, artists can submit their ideas for the Owlie or the owl mascot for branding. So go online to dcartallnight.org to find out the requirements before the June 26th deadline. Back to you, Tommy.
Thanks a lot, Millette. And Art All Night is so much fun. They've got so much really cool stuff going on all around the city. Jim, there's like dozens and dozens of performances when it comes up. It's really cool.
Great stuff. All right. That's going to do it for us on a Friday for the News 4 Rundown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Handley.
I'm Tommy McFly. There's more ice cream in the freezer.
Oh, yeah. I'm going.
We'll see you back here Monday.